it goes to a good cause.
Yeah.
What's done, Al? Remember this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's a good son-in-law if you ask me.
What we have here, folks, is a deer. And for you folks that have forgotten, why don't you come on up? We'll take a look. I assume that's Dave and Yako. Don't forget Rob, who's in Europe at this point. Come on up. This is what it's about. It's a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah, and Tim, you know, he could use a little help.
Yeah, they're picking on me, guys.
Just dragging. You know, he's getting over muscled by now, so
Yeah.
he could use a little help from you guys if you just care to show up, you know. Now, you want to tell us your story for this morning?
Okay, I will tell my story. After we went looking for the one that David hit, we decided to come down this way, and I said, well, you go down to Robbie's blind, and I'll go sit in my the normal blind that I usually sit in, and around 11:45 I'll put a little drive on for you and see if I can run something past you. So about 11:45 I started out from my blind. I was going down. I got down, I'd say probably about halfway between my blind and Robbie's, and all of a sudden this large deer, I would say probably a 4 or 6 point, jumped up and ran right across in front of me, and I got my gun up and I fired round number 1, and he ran, and he was behind some brush and stuff, and I fired again, and then at that point he turned back and looked at me to say, well, you're not doing too well here. So I let another round go, and then he turned and he went trotting off, and I shot for the 4th time, and
He was out of shells.
to the best of my knowledge, I don't think that I touched him.
Well, the stock market may be down, but Remington stock is up.
Plus, as my son pointed out there, that was my amount of shells. I had 4 shells in my gun, and that was it. And I had to go back to the blind. And,
I assume that this one had very small ears.
Yeah, I guess.
Hard to hit.
Small ears, but it was a nice rack. I would say probably a 4 or 6 pointer.
Which way did it run off to when it finally left then?
Well,
back
it ran
Horse
to
Ranch?
the west. It ran to the west.
Into the horse ranch or back into the property?
No, to the west now. It ran towards...
My new blind here,
yeah,
that direction.
Right. So, but anyway, we're going to go back after lunch and recheck. I checked the area myself, and I'm going to take David along. We'll see if he can see something that I can't see, but I doubt if I hit him.
Okay, Dave, you want to give us your story again here?
No, sure. Well, this morning we were walking out, and right before we got to tall standing stuff, we kicked one out on the left. It was on the south side, right along the line there by the horse ranch, and took a step and it moved about 10 yards, take another step, move about 10 yards. It was about 50, 60 yards out, and it was too dark to see what it was. We knew it was a deer, but that was about it. So we stood there about 10, 15 minutes, and then we decided to move in. And right before we hit the standing woods there, we kicked another one off to the right there. So that one ran off. And when we hit the woods, Dad and I split up. Dad went to that new blind to the south there, and I figured, well, I just might hold in the area there because there's at least 2 deer around here. So I took the first blind there, which was your blind, Al's blind, and I stuck in there for a while. It was about an hour and a half, and I didn't see anything. And I hear something coming up about the same path I was walking. I looked around and I saw horns, so I got ready. It looked like it was going to cross right in front of me there, so I just picked out a hole, and by the time I was ready to shoot and stuff, it was about 40-50 feet out from me. So I shot once, deer swung around, and it started bounding off to the south, and I shot again, but it was bounding too much. We found blood, where I shot, it looked like it splattered blood. It hit a tree too, so by the time I hit the deer, the bullet was probably expanded and stuff, so I probably made a good hole in it. So we went to the south there and didn't see anything really. Just found a little bit of blood there, not very much. Went over to the opening and we found some more blood there, and just couldn't follow it.
Well, we'll go out and this afternoon, maybe we can pick it up. It's
Yeah,
probably
we'll,
out there somewhere.
We'll check it out and see if we can find it. It was at least a spike. It could have been a 3. It might have been a 4. But it was a average sized deer.
Yeah, good. We'll go pick it up. Now, folks, here's the grand champion of 38 years on this hunting property. This one here, 9 point. I'll zoom in on it.
16 point, Al.
He's counting more points on there. He's counting the bumps. That is a humdinger of a deer. Now tonight, Bill, when we come for supper, Bill's going to bring his tape along, and we're going to get a live weight estimate on this one, and we'll report on that later. But that is a giant deer.
What's his name, Bill?
Yeah.
He came up to me and he said, I heard...
Well, folks, here comes David S. for his first buck. A nice 4 point. Shot back out of a blind, brand new blind that we just opened up
This is much easier.
yesterday. Yeah. And here comes my 5-star son-in-law, who's just participated in his 5th drag. And here's Bill. Bill's looking for a deer yet. He's says tomorrow morning, I think.
Tomorrow morning. I told her that I couldn't walk.